I'm Darren McGrady, the Royal Chef, former chef to the Queen, Princess Diana, Prince William and Prince Harry. I was chef to Princess Diana for 4 years, and I'm going to be making one of her favourite recipes, stuffed bell peppers. I remember the first time I met Princess Diana. I was at Balmoral Castle and I was working there in the pastry kitchen, and I was helping make some apple pies, and the pastry chef was across one side of the table and we were just chatting. I looked up and right behind him was Princess Diana, just stood there. My face was a picture. I think hello and goodbye is all I remember saying. I was beet red and just staring at the princess all the time. Embarrassing. When I joined Princess Diana, she was patron of 119 different charities, working out at the gym 3 days a week, looking the best she ever did. She'd conquered and confronted the bulimia. And she said to me, Darren, you take care of all the fats, I'll take care of the carbs at the gym. And my cooking changed. No more heavy creams and rich sauces. It was healthy eating like this one, and the stuffed bell peppers was one of her favorite dishes. She probably had 2 or 3 times a week. The princess didn't eat beef at all. Occasionally she'd have lamb if she was entertaining. For the most part, it was vegetarian dishes, something like the stuffed bell pepper, something like stuffed eggplant. She'd also eat fish as well. She loved eating fish, especially rainbow trout. And all of her food contained sort of very little fats, certainly no creams or butters or anything like that. Princess Diana didn't mind garlic, no, so a little garlic in there was fine. It was only the Queen, out of all the royal family members, the Queen was the only one that we couldn't use garlic. It always brings back happy memories cooking this dish. Princess, when she was on her own for lunch, would come and eat in the kitchen. And often she'd come in early because she was hungry. And I'd be at this stage and I'd just be scared. And she'd say, Darren, what's for lunch? And I'd say, well, it's not quite ready yet, Your Royal Highness. And she'd say, oh, that's fine. I'll watch you cook. Princess Diana sat there watching me cook. When the princess came into the kitchen, it was so relaxed. One day she walked in, she said, Darren, I need a coffee. Oh, I'll make it, you're busy. Would you like one? There was Princess Diana making me a coffee. It was so much more relaxed at Kensington Palace. I don't know that it was a close relationship. She was a Royal Highness and I was a servant. I was just there to cook for her. She did share too many stories when she used to come and sit at the table in the kitchen. We did the same menu book for Princess Diana, or at least we tried to. The princess, though, never stuck to it. The Queen, religious, whatever you put on there, 3 days ahead she had. Princess Diana, no way. I'm not in the mood for this today, I don't want this. Can I have liver and onions? Can I have stuffed bell pepper? The menu book was a waste of time really, but we still had to do it. When I was cooking for the princess, we'd cook sometimes for the princess on her own, sometimes the boys would be eating separate, and then we'd have the staff to cook for as well. The princess only had a small team, so that was fairly easy. And most of the time it was just lots of different pasta dishes. Sometimes they get the stuffed bell peppers, the same as the princess. William and Harry, although they were royal princes, they still had children's palates. So I had to fool them a little bit when I'm cooking. For example, when I did roast chicken for William and Harry, they loved the potatoes where they could bite into them and all that fat would run down your chin. So good, so rich, so much fat. For Princess Diana, I'd take a breast of chicken off, pull off the skin on the outside, slice it, and then for her roast potatoes, take some potatoes, toss them in egg white, and also a little paprika. And so dry bake them, and then no fat in there whatsoever. When it came to eating, William and Harry had their chicken and roast potatoes, but Princess Diana was healthy eating on the other side. The stuffed bell peppers were filled with all the goodies that she liked. The zucchini, the mushrooms, and then some rice, just carbs, to help her through the day. A little mozzarella in there too, and of course some Parmesan cheese. Finishing that with a smoked tomato pepper sauce. Made it a really nice, healthy dish. I think if any misconception, it was that the princess didn't like food. She did. She'd conquered that bulimia and she got her life back on track. She was just looking amazing and she'd gone into the real healthy eating. She was doing juicing and things, I think before juicing had even been invented, and it was real healthy eating. She stayed on top of all of that and she said, go and get me some of this, go and get me some of that. Things I'd never heard of, so it kept me on my toes too. You know, when we say, you know, Princess Diana, she wasn't into food. She was, but healthy food. So I have a smoked tomato sauce that I serve with this dish. That will go on the bottom and the pepper sits on the top. So when you cut into it, it just all runs in together. And this was one of the princess's favorites too. Just a little smoke in there. The tomatoes were grown in the gardens locally. So this was a perfect accompaniment. Brings back so many happy memories preparing this dish. Every time I think about the princess sat there at the table, me asking her how the day went. And for me, those fun times of seeing her there with Prince William and Harry and William hiding in the kitchen and the princess looking for the boys. There were such special memories being with the princess.